And I guess I'll throw myself into battle. These guys kind of suck. But it's not like I have much of a choice. Different orc units are challenging your party, advancing one by one. Okay, do I see... I do. They got no hustle. Okay. So my goal here is to save his emergency heal to some degree. And keep that healing totem up. I don't actually know how long that lasts, now that I'm thinking about it. Oh. Trying to move the wrong character here. Because that healing totem is actually pretty good. Lasts for 12. Oh, God. Idiots, get back here. Get back here. Get back here. I'm going to use line of sight to my advantage. Pretty hard to fight if you can't see me very well. You need to go for this. The problem is, I want my characters to move and attack within a small radius, not like just a full large one. Okay. Everyone attack. Because yeah, I've noticed like they will be able to attack an enemy, but they won't. They'll like refuse to do so because I guess they can't see very well. It's very strange. I'm just gonna keep these healing totems going. This is working generally better, yeah. You wanna help him? I mean, I'm kicking much more ass this time around, actually using line of sight to my advantage and whatnot. Okay, back behind the safety barrier. I guess I'll turn him back on move and attack. I guess the main problem is I just want them to move and attack in a radius. So what I should probably do is just hang out until it's move and attack time. There we go. I guess the easiest thing I could do is actually just alternate the You guys are dumb. Should probably pop the turret out. Or not turret, the tree in. Okay. Have her do arrow spit. How's he doing? He's doing so far so good. As long as he's in that AoE zone, we're fine. What are you two doing? Man, I give up. The AI really is not the strong suit of this game. I like it. I like it a lot. But it leaves a little bit to be desired when it comes to certain things. What the fuck? God damn, stop doing that! This is why I don't like the move and attack system. Because it's like, oh, the character, you know, what would normally be, like, moving out into a safe zone, the character immediately just runs back in. And they always take the, shortest difference. Let's see, I did pick the normal difficulty. So it's not helping with the AI being smart. Well, but, like, I'm not talking about the enemies being smart. Not. It's just that, like, the character the character behavior, like my player characters, are very dim. They will automatically just run to the nearest target, regardless of if there's like an AoE in front of them. And if there is an AoE in front of them, they will immediately just run straight for the middle of it without like skirting it or anything like that. Divinity Original Sin, I felt like did a really good job. Your character would actually avoid it if possible. Make them go around while you wait for cooldowns if you block the gate with the stone wall. Yeah. Well, so my my current stone wall does not block ranged attacks. There are ways that I could have done it. The main problem is just I want a third like aggression stance, which is like move and attack if within like a short range or something, because currently I have stand there and maybe not attack things even if they're in range, or charge at the nearest enemy no matter how far they are, you know, on the level. And that's the grump. It's like, no, I don't want you to, because like I'd have a character over here on you know, the move and attack, and they would only move and attack. Well, they would move and attack to somebody that's standing in this corner. So I'm guessing you don't have full control over your character. You do and you don't. So if I turn them entirely over to if I turn them entirely over to stand and attack, I have perfect control, but that's much slower than I'm necessarily willing to do. Like, right now, for example, these characters are just going to sit here, even though these guys are in range. And it takes them longer to figure out that it's fighting time than it should. Which is why I usually put them on move and attack. Like, for example, she can see many of these guys, but for reasons, she won't attack them. And that's the frustration, because I want a slightly more aggressive but unmoving stance, and for some reason or another, that's not how this works. And if I try and put it on the move and attack version, then they get real dumb. I have two settings. Search and Destroy, and Lemming. And I need something that's a bit more functional than that. If this had scripts or gambits, that'd be lovely. I don't know how many of you guys know the gambit system from Final Fantasy XII, but having a system like that would be incredible. You know, if an enemy is 5 feet outside of your area of effect, your range, walk towards it and shoot. You know, that would make sense. If an enemy is weak, shoot that one first. And if an enemy is stronger than the rest, shoot that one first. Stuff like that. Games like this, where it's kind of reliant on your characters to kind of automatically attack for you, if they don't do it well, it gets really noticeable really fast, and it's a pain. I'd actually prefer to have a totally turn-based system than this, because this doesn't feel very good. This is like bad RTS programming, as opposed to good CRPG combat, if that makes sense. Because there's no friendly fire. Dragon Age Origins had some issues because of that. Yep. It's part of the reason why I've never been particularly interested in playing Dragon Age Origins. I killed my entire party more often than I care to admit. You seem lost in thought, Horns. What gives? An elf could get no more lost in his thoughts than a fish could forget how to swim. Alright, forget I asked. You must know, I've been thinking about the vision of the past. What about it? Something that's been bothering me. Only one something? Well, spill it out. The globes of dark blue light, the precursors of magic. Where did they come from? I've been wondering that myself. Why engage me in conversation if you're going to speak for the both of us? Kill a girl for jumping to conclusions, why don't you? What? The social infraction hardly seems worth your life. I would never even consider... Never mind, Horns, just tell me what's on your mind. Very well, I was trying to ascertain why we don't see any of the blue globes of light today. That's it. Well, with the way you've been concentrating so much over there, I thought you were curing famine or something equally grand. Anyway, who knows why the glowy things don't come around anymore? Maybe they've all been used up, or maybe they only come around every 1,000 years. Maybe. Or maybe something more sinister. Regenerative oils. Half a health percentage per second. That's pretty good. And so chest armor. I see. So we're going to be finding a bunch of the enchanting scrolls here. Makes total sense. And of course, hello. Okay, well I can't withdraw. Orcs have managed to activate an ancient trap. Free your locked champion before your party is overrun by an increasing number of enemies. Yeah, so interesting thing. Somebody had asked this. Why doesn't the character in the cage... Why doesn't the character in the cage free themselves? It looks like they become... Okay, this is dumb. The hitbox on this cage is huge. So if I want to get out of the way of that rock... Okay. Hey, numbnuts. Go for this. Less numbnuts. Go for this. What the... Big has a problem. Where are you going? Why are you going there? I legitimately am confused by certain things. I will like tell a character to go attack blank, and they will just do anything and everything else under their power. It's fascinating, and I don't know why. Okay, so he should heal himself. Okay, that's not the right target. You guys should go for this. He's still poisoned, but that's not a problem. And we've got another healing totem. Yeah, I really enjoy this game, but the AI wasn't a problem until the fights got hard, and then the AI has become a problem. Not a huge one, but a noticeable one. I'm really looking forward to Pillars of Eternity. I think that'll be really fun. Deadfire should be nuts. Ah! Okay, well that's hardly that much damage. I think part of the other problem is a lot of these fights have way too many enemies for unclear reasons. Like, there's a lot of dudes. That was something, I honestly was expecting something a little bit shorter from each fight. you should heal yourself before things get bad. Oh, it's okay. What is it? Deadfire? Dreadfire? That'll be out in, like, 2 weeks? 3 weeks? Not too long of a wait. And who knows? It might just stay pretty even from here, especially once I get that 4th party member. Speaking of, return to the city. Let's do barracks. Let's train her up. And then I'll work on Eric. Unfortunately, I have to spend another 100 gold just to upgrade the Mage's Tower. Oh, he has a skill point, but I can't spend it. So seems like putting most of her points into attack speed is probably the most effective thing right now. At least for now. Okay, inventory. 5.7. They all... Let's see, is there a difference? Oh, I see. It's elemental damage versus non-elemental damage. I think that's fine. I think this is fine. Dismantle that. I've actually got some rings to put on. Health regeneration. Better gloves. Dismantle the rest of this. I haven't exactly been managing equipment. That's a failing on my part. What is this? Oh, the Staff of Sparks is better than the purple staff that I made. Man, that just kind of bites. Main question is... It doesn't have the crit damage. I think I'll stick with the crit and the might, at least for a bit. Okay, back to her skills. So the main skill that I use is pushes enemies back or blinds. You know, the blind is less helpful than I thought it was going to be. And at the very least, let's go explosive. Okay, no skill points remaining. I don't think I have anything I can dump stat into. Yeah, okay. Well, that's fine. So let's go blacksmith. Eric. Keep. What equipment is he missing? Everything pants up. And gloves. Well, I've got plenty of green crystals, so I can freely just make a couple of these. I think we can transmute up, but right now it's more important that I have at least every slot filled. Oh, I guess I already did have gloves. Didn't notice. I think I'm gonna get rid of most of the rest of this stuff. Prismatic wand. I might be able to dual wield, but for now this is fine. Okay. So I've got all the blueprints at the very least. I still don't have any money. Well, hopefully I get the next party member in fairly short order. Okay, Mana Siphon. Restores 1 mana per each weapon hit. Ooh, okay, that'd be pretty good on multiple characters. That crafting seems a bit forced. Yeah, I was talking about this earlier. I much would prefer, like, equipment that just scales with your character. Than, like, cycling loot. I'm not a big fan of procedurally generated loot systems in most games anyway. I'm much more of a, like, you know, your weapon grows with you, or you get, like, we brought up Ratchet and Clank last time that we played this. I thought Ratchet and Clank's, like, weapon system felt really good. All the weapons were unique and interesting and, you know, easily upgradable. Ooh, those are some big boys. Hello, big boys. Cyclops. A group of Cyclops are standing around a boiling cauldron. When they notice the party, they ready their weapons. Bestial grins on their faces. Have you interrupted their dinner, or are you champions of main course? Okay, so we've got them coming from over there. Do we have a good choke point? Not overwhelmingly. It seems like my best bet is to actually go over here, though. Hide in this corner. Okay, that doesn't interrupt their attack. Not too worried about it. But it does mean I'm gonna have to dodge boulders here and there. Every time. So many boulders! So many Stop! So the problem is these guys immediately spawn and then just immediately spam whatever ability they want. Be it Chuck Rock or, be it Chuck Rock or grab from afar. They will do it. And there's not a whole lot of things I can do. Bear traps. Just gonna keep spamming things. You need to get out of there. Ah! Stop! God! This is really annoying. Because I don't have this level of CC. Okay, we have the healing totem in 1 second. I'm just gonna put it there. Okay, let's get out of Rock Chuck Zone. Why is everywhere Rock Chuck Zone? I think the most annoying part about it is it's a huge AoE too. Ah! Okay, you guys go for that. This guy can self-heal himself. He's taking some hits. I'm glad I went, for the AoE. No! I mean, it's avoidable. But for how much of a nuisance it is, like, come on. Ah! Yeah, I really would much prefer, like, much shorter, more focused battles against, like, 3 to 5 enemies as opposed to these, like, endurance fights. I don't think any of the things we've collected will be adequate. Syndros will surely ignore us. We can't run in circles forever. These will have to do. True, but it dawns upon me that we too are also living things, are we not? Come, I have an idea. Let's go speak with him again. If I didn't know you better, I'd be awfully nervous right now. Freaking Elder Shaman's Necklace. And what else do we have around here? Yeah, I think I actually would put this kind of in the same school of thought as Spellforce. And I think it kind of hits the same reason why I get grumpy. They couldn't come up with a deep enough combat system, so instead they just went with a lot of enemies. Because the reason why I quit Spellforce was because all of the fights, like the RTS segment, just turned into unit spam. Because the enemy just kept, like, dumping shit on me forever. And, it got frustrating. And, you know, I'm hitting that point too. It's just like, these fights aren't like, you know, complex or tactical anymore. It's just like, dodge rock and get frustrated. Okay, so let's start the battle. Should probably pause. Where are they coming from? Looks like they're coming from way far away. Okay, there's a limit to how far he can cast that. Apparently. What? One hell of a large level. Alright. Well, everybody back behind the gates. Let's see how far their line of sight extends. Because as long as we don't immediately end up in the school of dodge rocks, I don't mind so much. It's just when we end up solidly in the dodge rock school of hard knocks, that's when I get frustrated. I should probably get out of Poison Land too. Okay. Moving a little bit here. Why? Okay, seriously. The formation movement is also kind of frustrating in this game. I'm finding all of the things to be crabby about. I feel bad about it. Can't do much about it. Does the Treant have any special abilities? No, it doesn't look like it. I can't even select them. Okay. Oh, good. And he's just standing there, because I don't have auto battle on. Oh, that's fine. Let's see, do I have anything better? No. Probably bring you guys out. How long until... Okay, we've got the healing totem ready. Let's hope he doesn't get hit by the rock. He gets hit by the rock. It would help if it wasn't such a gigantic AoE on top of everything. Why are there so many enemies? Ugh. Okay, you need to run. Because Ogre Man's coming for you. Oh. Let's get out of that rock. Never mind. Oh, let's see. She doesn't have anything. He's almost dead. Oh, good. I'm just gonna run away. Get back to the Healy zone. Force them to come. Part of it is like, this game is like, yeah, don't worry about it too much. Conserve your abilities, and like, you know, mana doesn't come back very fast. And I'm like, ah! I would say the first half of this, as soon as we fought that mid-boss, all sense of, like, difficulty scale went out the window, and I'm not sure why. I'm doing okay, but I'm a little caught off guard by this. So resistance to all elements. Do we have Rathora? It's like another magic statue. Because not all of them talk. Or perhaps it only responds when addressed by its proper name. Don't know. And we've got a journal back here. Rune Tower, date 22nd of Eldris Medea, 125 AS. We all grow more concerned by each passing day, measured only by the stubble on the men's chins. Sleeth is acting irrationally. We found an interesting cave area down from this ledge. There's some crates there, looking intact and in good condition. Alfreith, our best climber, proposed an ingenious rope and pulley to contrivance to reach these treasures. It would have taken mere hours, but Sleeth did not let us stay and make the attempt. I always thought a bird in the hand is worth two in the bush, but he insists that we have no time to stop now, and that we can expect more, and more easily accessible provisions on the lower level. He is driven with a purpose, yet we start to doubt that this aligns with our own. What is he really looking for? We have no alternative now. We must follow him. I missed my master, and I trust that my scribblings do honor to his tutelage. I hope his critical eye will be passing over this one day soon. Okay, so can't go this way. Looks like we might actually be getting close to done with this area. We've got at least a little bit more. Well, it looks like somebody is currently preventing them from making passage. Maybe not. Hard to tell. No, guess not. I thought one of them was... I thought this guy was, like, blocking the other guys off. Well... Okay, destroy portals. In this combat mode, you need to bring the fight to the enemy. There are several portals on the map, and new enemies spawn from each of them at certain intervals. Once the timer above reaches 0, the group located at the given portal will attack you. Decide which portal to destroy first. One with the shortest timer, or perhaps the one spawning elite enemies. Choose carefully and time your attack well. Okay, so let's find which portal. Okay. It doesn't say what type of enemy is spawning from it. And it looks like we only have 2. Okay. Well, let's chuck the Treant in the mix and spam. Okay. Wow, that Treant melted. You ninny. He really will attack nothing. Unless it is directly next to him. Well, this is working better than the ogres. Yeah, I think actually the reality of my frustration is... I think I got it. Yeah, it just scaled it up real quick. Okay. Gonna hit both of them with that AoE heal, I think. Looks like we're good. Yeah, I think actually just the orcs, ogres, and company are just very poorly balanced compared to the other teams. And, like, significantly so. Their abilities feel way further off the mark. Oh, good God. That fire arrow really just doesn't feel like it does anything. But God, that's way too many enemies. Okay, well, we're kind of wrecking them. Kinda. They're draining his HP like nothing, though. Okay, you two. Get closer. You seem to have no sense of aggression here. Let's keep him up. Yeah, see, I actually kind of like this portal battle, because it feels like there's kind of an end to it. Well, because there is. That bit should be obvious. Let's do arrow spam. Keep arrow spamming, because apparently she can just do that forever. I'm definitely gonna get her the mana on hit ability. It is much more useful for her, especially if I have her dual wielding. Okay, we get a two-handed sword. I was really hoping. Well, it is vampiric. Is it? Is it actually vampiric? Health per hit 4. Okay, I might go for it then. Because I don't know if that shield's as useful as I was hoping it would be. Elidra. Rage Spirit. Increases movement and attack speed by 15%. New bow. Looks like another magic statue. Guess not all of them talk. Proper name. Gotcha. So it looks like there are gods and goddesses and whatever aplenty. Strewn over this whole place. Journal. I finally found a chink in Sleeth's armor. Drink. We found a cache of liquor in one of the side rooms, enough to keep us all merry for years. Thousands of bottles of wine were ruined, but the hard stuff was truly sublime, matured for who knows how many hundreds of years. Uncharacteristically, Sleeth became keen to stop for a while and indulge ourselves. We may be simple village folk, but we all cut our teeth on old Jeb's apple scrumpy. I kept my head drink for drink with the mage. His tongue loosened, and I learned that his motives were not as noble as he would have us believe. He rambled at first about his master, who taught him his skills, but who he now scorns bitterly. He then got a twinkle in his eye and told me how he would show them all that there is a great power within this endless tower. He was quick to anger when I began to question him, so I left it at that. Whatever his motives, he saved us. We've decided that he's still our only hope. You're all dead. Courier shoes. Elemental protection. The road to mastery is long and winding. Sometimes it's sought in the incorrect manner. Bad habits take 10 times the effort to undo once they're learned. When you're a magic practitioner, this can lead to disastrous results. When was my last save? I clicked on it. Alright. I assume that was right before the fight, yeah? Yeah, it was. Alright, whatever. I'll do this later. Perfect. Okay, and let's exit to desktop. I'll do this later.